Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
There's one more question actually. In this question actually you have to find rate of SN1. Look at this question actually. This is halogen attached carbon is attached to one carbon, that means this is primary. Here halogen attached carbon is attached to three different carbon, this is tertiary. Here halogen attached to carbon is attached halogen attached carbon is attached to two different carbon, secondary. This is bridged atom, understood? So bridged do not show any reaction. So rate SN1 means decreasing order or increasing order they may ask. If the decreasing order means you have to write first highest order, highest reactivity SN1. Which one? Tertiary having highest. Second comes first, then third comes, then primary first comes, then fourth comes. This is order of SN1 reaction. Understood? Very simple actually. Okay, here this is not a primary, but here this is actually halogen attached primary. Here this is halogen attached carbon is attached two different carbon, secondary. Here halogen is attached to an electron withdrawing group, that means minus I effect is more. CHO aldehyde is an electron withdrawing group. So rate SN2 means normally we know that formula primary, secondary, tertiary. So you have to find out, but in this case instead of primary electron withdrawing is there, minus I effect is more means more is the stability, more is the SN2. So which comes first? Fourth comes first. Then which comes as per the rule it is given, but before primary the bulkiness is very less here. This is not primary carbon. Here methyl chloride bulkiness is less. So I already explained that if more is the branching, SN1 reaction is more. Less is the branching, SN2 is more. So here less is branching, SN2 is more. So first comes next, then second, then third, like this. Note down highest order, I chosen this one as highest order. What is the reason? Because electron withdrawing group CHO is there. Second, why I chosen first one as a highest order? Because the bulkiness of this chlorine attached carbon is less. If the bulkiness branching is less means it is SN2. Branching is more means SN1. That I explained, given in note. Correct? No? Then second, as per the rule is given, then primary comes, secondary comes. Understood? If there is no other molecule like this type of electron withdrawing group means you can directly write primary, secondary, tertiary. No problem. Understood? Okay. Okay, dear students, next we are going to discuss about elimination reaction. In elimination reaction, very important thing is two types of elimination is possible, is E1 elimination, E2 elimination. E2 and E1 elimination. It's same as SN1 and SN2 reaction, but a small difference is there. But almost that all the what we call carbocation formation, intermediate step formation, that and all takes place, same type reaction. SN1, what is the difference you can see, same type of difference you can see between E1. Okay, SN1 is a unimolecular reaction, E1 also unimolecular reaction. Understood? Like that is given actually. I will write the difference between these two actually. E1 is a unimolecular, this is bimolecular. E2 is bimolecular. Biomolecular and bimolecular. Bi means two molecules. In this actually carbocation formation takes place. Here no carbocation. Correct? Then third step. Rate is directly proportional to substrate taken and base. Okay, base means substrate and reactant. Base is here, but here rate is directly proportional to substrate. Okay, and fourth one, order and molecularity 1, because only one molecule. Okay, right. Two-step reaction takes place. Two-step reaction takes place. Okay, what is a two-step reaction in this particular? Tell me why it is two-step reaction. Two-step means first carbocation formation. That means leaving group leaves this particular carbon. After that carbocation formation that I explained in which one? SN1 and SN2. Like that only the reaction takes place in this also. Two-step. This is single step. Single step. Molecularity order is 1. Here molecularity order is 2. Okay. And one more concept. If Ag is added, Ag salt is added, silver salt is added, reaction become faster. Reaction become faster. Even elimination. And very important note means, very important note, here using weak base reaction takes place. Weak base, note down this point, underline this point. Okay, using weak base. Here using strong base. Strong base. Using weak base, using strong base, note down this point. Okay. Imagine if water is used as a base. Water is used as a base. Simple. Water is used as a base. Okay. Then it is weak base. Water is used as a base means it is a weak base. Normally water. And other important bases here used actually alcohol. Alcohol plus heating, delta symbol, note down this star. Alcohol plus heating. Heating, why it is required actually? Because it is a weak base. Understood? Alcohol, how it become base? C2H5OH minus, correct? So alcohol and heating, this is a weak base. Here alcohol alone, if it is used, C2H5, no need of heating, because it's a, imagine alcohol alone it is used, there is no heating symbol. Understood? Point out this simple. Here if in reaction alcohol plus heating means it is a weak base. Understood? Alcohol, strong alcohol, sorry, not strong alcohol. Here alcoholic potassium hydroxide is given means it is strong base. Strong base. For E2 reaction alcoholic potassium hydroxide is used. For E1 reaction alcohol, after that alcohol adding alcohol, after that you have to what you have to do? Heating. Correct? No? Note down this point. Understood? Alcoholic potassium hydroxide. 1 minute, sorry. Okay, dear students, in this one you have to note down very important point is the same ethanol will be given like this, ETOH plus heating. is nothing but ethanol only. Okay, don't get confused. In exam, most of the time they may give ETOH. What is ETOH, sir? Means it is ethanol only. Understood? Here, strong base and alcoholic potassium hydroxide, along with one more I will write soda amine. Soda amine. NaNH2. Understood? NaNH2. In these two cases, one is similar. Tertiary, secondary, primary reaction, alkyl halide reaction is more. Why means in both cases E1 and E2, tertiary is highest, secondary is highest, primary is highest. We are getting product is alkene. Alkene. Okay. If more substituted alkene is there, more substituted alkene, more stable, Sadzafay rule. Once you go through Sadzafay rule, when we are getting major product, by doing that Sadzafay rule, you are getting alkene. More substituted alkene is more stable, major product, and less substituted alkene is a less stable, minor product. So in these two cases, tertiary alkyl halide is more reactive because it gives more substituted alkene. Understood? But in SN1, SN2 it's reverse. Understood? Okay, note down this point. Here you have to note down important thing is this one. Weak base. Ethanol, after adding ethanol you have to eat. Here alcoholic potassium hydroxide and soda amine. Okay, why here you are using weak base and here strong base? That question arises. Because carbocation formation, carbon can rearrange any type. Understood? Any reaction takes place but after forming carbocation. No need of adding strong, what we call, base. Okay, I will tell you two difference, very important thing, note down. What is the difference between nucleophile and base? For example, I will write OH minus. This is base. OH minus also a nucleophile, correct? What is the major difference between base and nucleophile? If you are taking any substance as a base, that base has a special property that will remove only hydrogen. Base remove only hydrogen, H plus, and it removed as water. Base go and attacks to this H plus and it removes. Understood? For example, here one bond is there like this. Base OH is taken, that will come and attack to this particular H plus. This will be removed and this bond comes here. Okay, this bond comes here and it forms alkene like this. This is the use of base. Note down. Base means base is used for abstract of H. Okay, abstract of H. That is very important note here. Abstract of H. And nucleophile is different. Nucleophile means this will go and attach to carbon, not to H. Base will go and attach to H. And that bond come back and it form double bond like this. Okay, this bond comes here and it form double bond, alkene formation. We are getting product alkene. E1 and E2 elimination reaction, we are getting product alkene. Correct? That is very important note. Base attack on H and that bond comes and forms after that alkene. But nucleophile is different. Nucleophile means electron rich substance, it will come and attack to carbon. Not to hydrogen. Note down, any reaction, nucleophile attack to the carbon and base attack on hydrogen and hydrogen bond form alkene. Understood? Hydrogen bond means hydrogen gets separated and form alkene. This is a 2 point. Nucleophile attack on particular carbon but base attack on base abstract H. Understood? That is the point. Okay. And very important thing is for E2 reaction and periplanar, anti-periplanar structure is required. Anti-periplanar structure is required. I will explain what is anti-periplanar. Anti means opposite side. Understood? Anti-periplanar structure is required for E2 reaction. This is very important note. Very important note. Note down. This is about base and nucleophile, that and all note, very important notes. Using that we can easily solve. Understood? No need of struggling. After knowing this condition and everything, easily you can find out. Okay. Then remaining here protic solvent, here E1 protic solvent is used. SN1 reaction we discussed. Protic means one which gives H plus. Here aprotic solvent is used, one which do not give H plus. That and all same. That you can write one more point. Protic H plus is solvent is used, one which gives, one which gives donates H plus is called protic. Here it is aprotic, one which do not. That example also I given in the SN1 and SN2 earlier video, you just check it out. Okay. Now anti-periplanar structure is required. Note down this point. Okay, dear students, now we are going to discuss about E2 elimination. E2 elimination reaction. Okay, in E2 elimination reaction, what you have to see? Very important thing. I will give you one example. What is the name of this compound actually? See, while writing like this, it should be, see, this same structure I will write here one more. The same I will write like this, okay. Here one C is there, here one H is there, that means here CH3. Ending, nothing is there, means here CH3. Don't get confused. Here C is there, 2H is there, correct? Carbon tetravalency. Instead of writing C here chlorine, after that here CH3. And here 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct? Like this structure is there. But I used to write like this, meaning here CH3, here CH3, here CH2, here CH. Understood? These and all you should practice. This you learned, bond line structure, writing bond line structure, correct? No, in first PUC you wrote bond line, GOC, general organic chemistry, that part it comes. Okay, leave it. The same structure I wrote here, you can note down. Okay. Here, what is the compound name actually? 2-chlorobutane. 2-chlorobutane. Okay. This is actually, which one is alpha, which one is beta carbon? This is actually alpha carbon. Chlorine attached carbon is alpha carbon. This is actually beta carbon. This is also beta carbon. Understood? Chlorine attached carbon is alpha carbon. This is beta, this is beta. Okay, how that E2 elimination reaction proceeds in this particular? That is very important. I told that there is no, which one? Transition state for here actually there is no carbocation formation. Instead of that, what takes place? Transition state formation takes place. Transition state. How that? Imagine here one hydrogen is there. Down also one hydrogen is there, up also. Okay. This will be reacted, that I will write like same structure I am writing here. Here one hydrogen is there. Here also one hydrogen is there. Here CH3, 3 hydrogen is there. That and all there. You can write, no problem. Now I will write one hydrogen here. Okay. Look at this. What happens? Base comes. Base try to form a bond with the H. Same time, hydrogen bond breaks. Correct? No? Same time breaking means it form double bond here, correct? No, that I will write here dotted double bond like this. Same time leaving groups move away, that means this bond breaks. Understood? This is in a single step. What we shown in nucleophilic substitution reaction, nucleophile come and attack to alkyl halide and it leaving groups try to leave like this, correct? This is in intermediate step, transition state. The same type of reaction takes place in E2 elimination also. Base come and attack on this particular H, this try to come here and this try to move away, the leaving group try to, that means here where actually bond formation takes place. I will use different chalk for writing this particular. Here bond formation takes place, here also bond formation takes place, here bond breaking, here bond breaking, this bond breaks and it form bond here, correct? In single structure I wrote everything, don't get confused. Here this bond form, that means this H will move away with particular, and here bond formation, here bond breaking. And what product you are getting here? Product is this one, alkene, alkene, correct? Alkene, here CH3 is there, here CH3, CH2, CH2 like this, here alkene. If you want I can write this. Alkene, correct? But to ene, you are getting product but to ene, understood? Okay. This is transition state. Okay. This is actually called E2 elimination. E2 elimination. Here you note down hydrogen abstracted from beta carbon, that is called, this the reaction also called beta elimination reaction. Beta elimination reaction, E2 elimination reaction or beta elimination reaction. Okay. Okay. Now I can write this structure in two different ways. See, this I will write here, don't get confused. Here one H is there, so here one 2H is there, that I can write. Okay, I want only one H because 1, 2, 3 like that. Okay, the same structure I wrote here. Here also CH3, HH I have to substitute, leave it. Here I will write one way is this is one way I can write like this, and another way I can write H both are same, means here H and Cl are in different plane, that means anti-planar, periplanar, anti-periplanar. H is opposite and Cl is opposite side, correct? H is like this and Cl is like, here H and Cl are same plane, do not show, same plane H and Cl or whatever, do not show E2 elimination, note down, note H and the leaving group and beta hydrogen should be in the opposite phase, note down, it should be anti-periplanar, H and leaving group should be in the anti-periplanar, opposite side. Here it is same side, means do not show any E2 reaction, note down my dear students. Okay. Now we will discuss one by one. Okay dear students, find out in this which A and B and C, which one shows beta elimination, E2 elimination, E2 elimination. Find out what is the answer. Alcoholic potassium hydroxide. No, which one, what is the answer for this one? like this question given. If the structure is given like this is CH3, you have to rearrange that structure. Rearranging a structure means you have to find out whether it is planar structure or anti-planar structure, and remaining H and everything is there, you have to note down. Okay, here CH3 shows upward direction, that means upward direction. What is there? Upward means not upward direction. CH3 far away from you, far away. Dotted structure means, dotted line means far away, and a dark line means towards you. Understood? So far away I will write here like this, down, okay, and to near to this carbon, here I will write, I will choose this one, carbon, okay. This carbon is CH3, far away means downward, you cannot see. Understood? In one plane, imagine that plane, and down CH3, up, which one comes? Chloride, that I will write up. I don't have any 3D dimensional structure to represent this particular, like this up and down like this, not possible, correct? No, this is up. If I write like this is up. You have to see, one plane is there like, and one is down, one is up. Okay, this dotted line down and chloride is up. The same time, here one hydrogen is there, because here carbon is there, that carbon having 4 valency, 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct? Here also one hydrogen is there. Here also one hydrogen is there. Here 2 hydrogen is there, one more hydrogen here. Okay. Now you tell me how that reaction takes place. How that reaction takes place. Reaction takes place. Tell me. Which one is correct answer? How that reaction takes place? Tell me. This I will avoid this, because otherwise you will get confused. And here one chloride is there. This is hydrogen is moving away from you. Understood? Here one hydrogen moving towards you. Correct? Here one hydrogen moving towards you. Here one hydrogen. Here chlorine is there moving towards you. This hydrogen is moving away from you like this. This dotted line, if you want, don't get confused. Okay. This is structure. Here also hydrogen is there. Here, and same time one is moving to means facing towards you, and one is facing away from you. Correct? No, dotted line facing away from you. That means I shown here downward direction. Downward direction. Just imagine one periplanar, down CH3, H. Here up H, chloride, and H. Clear? Okay. Now beta elimination takes place from which group? Whether that beta elimination takes place here means, beta elimination means this is halogen. This group will leave from this particular. Same time what happens? H one base comes, it abstract H, that bond comes and form alkene. And which structure it will form? Whether this question arises. I will tell you, my dear students. You can remove, whether you can remove this H, this is alpha carbon, okay, alpha carbon. This is beta carbon, this is also beta carbon. Which hydrogen I can remove? This chlorine and this hydrogen, I am talking about this hydrogen and this chlorine, facing towards same side. It is a planar, correct? No, if it is a planar, do not show E2. That means this beta elimination is not possible. Same sided hydrogen and leaving group, it is not possible. Abstraction of same sided. Why means question arises, sir, that I will write like this. Hydrogen and chlorine facing same side. Sir, why can't you remove this hydrogen? in same plane, if it is there in same plane, that question arises. Correct? No. This because I will tell you, base approaches this particular, base means OH minus. When that base approaching this hydrogen, here chlorine is also electronegative, chlorine is also electronegative, base also electronegative. Correct? This electron cloud and electron cloud is repel each other. Electron cloud of chlorine, electron cloud of base repel each other. So it is not possible here for a base to abstract H, because it's like what we call full of electron cloud is there, and one person is trying to take away one thing, and what happens is because of repulsion it is not possible. Correct? No. Here chloride is electronegative, and this chloride electron cloud will not allow this particular OH minus electron cloud to enter to this particular. Understood? So if this OH base want to abstract that H, but same time what happens, because of electron cloud repulsion is not possible to come here, so that removing the same plane is not possible because of that reason. Okay, this hydrogen also same plane, so this is not possible, this beta hydrogen is not possible, this beta hydrogen is not possible, but one more beta hydrogen is there downward. This is possible because this hydrogen can remove, because this is opposite side, anti-periplanar, opposite side. Correct? This hydrogen will be removed, base comes and attack on this particular H, this bond comes here inside. Understood? And these leaving groups leave. Note down. Here this bond comes here, this leaving group leaves. Understood? Now which structure it gives? B. Correct? No. Y means here CH3 group, CH3, after that one single bond, after that double bond. Here CH3, after that single bond, after that double bond. Clear? Why not this structure? CH3, immediately double bond is there. Here CH3 is there, immediate double bond is there. No, this double bond comes here for this carbon and this carbon, between this carbon. CH3, after that double bond. So this is the correct structure. B is the answer. B is the answer. Okay, dear students, this is one more question actually. Okay, after this I shown, this is towards you, this is away from you. Okay, which it reacts with the alcoholic potassium hydroxide. This is E2 elimination, alcoholic potassium hydroxide. Which structure it gives after the reaction? You have to find out. And D is none of this. You have to find out. So we will solve this one. If the structure is given like this, means you have to convert into Hawa's structure, Hawa's type structure, Hawa's structure. Hawa's structure, how that conversion means Fischer projection, that and all there actually. You studied, correct? No? How to convert the Fischer projection to the Hawa's structure, that and all there in first PUC you studied in that particular, and once again you revise that topic at the time you easily learn. Otherwise it's your mistake. See here I will write, I will change this to Hawath, same thing. Here one which is facing to this ring is over, this CH3 I will write here, okay. I can write anywhere. This CH3 I will write here, facing towards you. Understood? Facing towards you. And here actually one H is there, it is away from you like this. Understood? That I will write here. H. Okay. After that here one Br is there, it is actually away from you, and same time one H is here, correct? Facing towards you. Next is this carbon, CH3 is facing towards you. This symbol means facing towards you. Dotted line means away from you. That's what I wrote here, facing. Imagine this is a plane, like the 6-membered plane. Those is darkened like this. This is facing towards you. Dotted line away from you. 6-membered ring like this. One plane. 1, 2, 3. And this is plane actually. Plane. Okay. Imagine one CH3 is here, another CH3 facing towards like this, and same time bromide is down like this. You have to imagine that structure. Okay. Same time same time one H is here away from this particular now E2 elimination required anti-periplanar H and leaving group. Here H is this one, here Br is this one, and here which this is alpha carbon, and from where you can remove H from beta. This is one beta, here also one beta. Correct no? You can remove H from this beta carbon. You can remove hydrogen from this beta, or you can remove from this beta. No problem. Understood? But here look at this structure of this particular. Br also downward, H also, beta H also downward. Here also beta H is downward. Don't get confused. This is alpha H. Bromide attached at H. Leaving group is attached to this particular. Don't expect this to leave. Understood? We are removing H from beta. This and this. Only concentrate this two. In this two, hydrogen is facing same plane. Understood? Br in which plane? Downward. H also downward, this H also downward. That means it is in a plane. If it is in a plane means it do not show any E2 elimination reaction. So D is correct answer. How simple it is. No doubt. Okay, dear students, now we are going to discussing about E1 elimination. E1 elimination. Okay. This is 2-chlorobutane. Correct no? 2-chlorobutane. As I already given the difference between E2 and E1, difference says that here in E1 same as SN1 mechanism, which one it forms? First leaving groups leaves, after that carbocation formation takes place, and from that beta hydrogen will be eliminated, and it forms alkene. The reaction I will give you. Here one hydrogen is present. What happens? Thus I am not writing that one. Okay. First is leaving groups leaves. That means Cl is removed and formation of carbocation. It is a rate determining step. Okay. It gives actually here leaving groups leaves. Okay. Like this. And here this become plus. Okay, next step what happens? From this beta hydrogen, this hydrogen is removed using a base OH minus come and attack, and same time this bond comes here and it gives alkene. Understood? So here also reaction order is same. Tertiary substituted halogen is more reactive than secondary, then primary. In both E1 and E2 reaction is same. By means we are getting product alkene only. If more is a substituted alkene, more substituted alkene is more stable, and very important thing is more stable. Okay, more substituted alkene is more stable. More stable. Okay, this is even elimination reaction. Only the difference is here formation of carbocation takes place. But in this case, hydrogen you can remove from this side. The same effect is there, you can remove, because if it is there in a planar or anti-periplanar, no problem. You can remove any hydrogen, you can remove any beta hydrogen. Understood? Because carbocation having the capacity to change the structure. Carbocation have a special capacity to change the structure, and it is powerful. Understood? So we can remove any hydrogen. Okay, there is no repulsion, what I explained in E2. Okay, no doubt. Okay students, now we will discuss some important reactions of this particular haloalkanes and haloarenes. First we will discuss about that I am shortly I will explain. Okay, okay, two similarities between there, because Gutterman reaction, one reaction is Gutterman reaction. After that Sandy-Meyer reaction. What is two similarity between these two? You tell me. In both the case we are using benzene diazonium chloride, correct? No, benzene. Here also we are using benzene diazonium chloride. Okay, this will react with the hydrogen bromide, this also react with the hydrogen bromide, but here the reagent is used copper powder, that is important. Here in Gutterman copper powder, here copper bromide, and you are getting product is also same, bromobenzene, nitrogen, HCl. Here also bromobenzene, nitrogen, HCl. Only the difference is this. Remember like this, gutter using everyday powder. Gutter is a person every day used to use the, what he is using powder. Remaining is copper bromide, Sandy-Meyer. This is the relation between these two reactions. Understood? Remember, easily you can remember. Okay. And here students, three more reactions I will write here. Wurtz and Wurtz fitting fitting, after that we will discuss Wurtz fitting. In these three reactions so much of similarities is there. You can see this common thing we are using. First common thing, the reagent is dry ether is used. In all cases we are using same dry ether. Here also it is used dry ether. It's a common thing. And in Wurtz what happens? The common thing is sodium reacts. Here also sodium reacts. Here also sodium reacts. With what? With what? Sodium reacts with the two molecules of, here in Wurtz reaction, two molecules of alkyl halide. Alkyl halide, like this, correct? Here two molecules of sodium react with the benzyl halide, that is important, benzyl halide, like this. Benzene ring is attached to halogen. Okay, this I will write like this. Okay, here Wurtz fitting means both this one and this one is used. Look at this, Wurtz fitting and Wurtz fitting. So I will use this one RX and one more is benzyl, this one. Okay, combination of these two is Wurtz fitting. Wurtz is this one, RX reacts with this another two molecules of RX, instead of that I can write RX. So how he removed this much product, see this much sodium and halogen is removed and it gives RR and here 2NaX. Here also this is removed and it gives by diphenyl compound like this. Here also removed and it gives see here byproduct is same, everything is same, only the difference is this much. Easy to remember. Okay, this is common and sodium is common and X is common everywhere, only change is R here phenyl group, here R and phenyl group we are using, only this is much. Over. Wurtz fitting, Wurtz fitting. Clear?
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.